And now we're live and with audio. What's going on? I don't have my live split up. Well, that's silly of me. We need a timer if we're going to have a timer. Yoink. Excellent. Hell yeah. Cool. It looks like we are live and good and ready to practice. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Happy Monday. Or Tuesday, depending. Hope y'all are doing well. Hope y'all have had a wonderful weekend. Whew. It's been cold here. I mean, it still is, but it has been cold. Down to like the 20s Fahrenheit? Like literally 20 degrees? Something like -6 for all you metric users, Celsius users. It ain't supposed to be like that in Florida. My pipes froze over this morning and yesterday morning a little bit. It just took them a while to thaw out before I could use the water in my taps that were not in the house already. But they're good now. It's fine. It's fine. It's just throwing me all kinds of off. It's weird, you know? I don't enjoy... I'm not a huge fan of the cold. You know, growing up in Florida will do that to you. It's just like, I don't know. It's weird because I also lived out in the Midwest, and there were plenty of very, very cold times there. But yeah, no, it did suck. It did also suck. But the thing that was good was that we at least got some snow, you know? There was at least that for the, you know, months and months and months of super duper fucking cold. We at least got to have some snow, even though it would get salted and then end up being slush and then end up being gross and then it would not even end up being any good. So, you know, the more I think about it, in conclusion, cold is the worst kind of weather. Just objectively true. I don't make the rules. All right, let's get the timer going. We got some work to do. We haven't played a ton this weekend. The playing this weekend was not that great, which is fine. Fine. Asterisk. Fine with quotation marks, because if that ends up being our quote-unquote slow weekend, our weekend off, that's fine. If that lingers into this week and we're not able to do good work or focus or be motivated this week, that's when we have a bit of a problem. So we'll see. Alrighty. That's some flexibility exercises. Nope. It's gonna be a bad day, everybody. Not gonna be a good one. Maybe. Not shaping up to be, anyways. That is frustrating that the low notes I spent all morning making sure that my registers were smooth and good throughout. And now all of a sudden I can't play low. And that really fucking sucks. What the fuck is going on? Why is my internet being very stupid? Thankfully we're not dropping frames yet or anything, but what the fuck, man? I just don't understand why things can't just like work the way they are supposed to and have been. From my internet to my fucking water to the weather to my brain to my embouchure. Stay hydrated, I suppose. Very important when it's cold outside and it's dry and it's gross. Stay hydrated. You lose a lot of moisture when you're not even thinking about it. And see, through the register, it kind of seems like it moves. It's just getting into it from, for example, rapid arpeggios descending. Yeah, maybe that's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Something like that. Okay. Not a great day, y'all. I tell you that for sure. That's okay. That's okay, because now the internet has finally fucking started to work. Excellent. Just in time to do the last flexibility and lip trills, and then we're just gonna play some shit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. The cold is not... It's like it's sucking the life out of me. I have no motivation. Feel like I'm playing like shit. Yo, Kalash, good to see you, my friend. Soupy, what's going on? Good to see y'all. If Germany is the fatherland and Russia is the motherland, then World War II was a brutal divorce. World War II was a lot of things, I've heard. It's an interesting way to think of it. Oh, goodness. Brutal being quite an understatement. Poland is the childland. Okay, but they actually call it like, because you know, obviously the motherland, for the fatherland. But like, do they say for the kinderland or whatever? I don't know the Polish word for child, and I felt like childland in English was a little not as funny. My lips get so dry. World War I was a family argument because all the monarchies were siblings. I did know that. Like the leaders of like Austria, Germany, Prussia, and Spain were all like first cousins or like literally siblings who were just like, what are we doing? Damn, the fucking Habsburgs and the Bismarcks, von Ottomans or whatever. I'm not very good with history, you guys. My apologies. enough of that. Get me out of here. Let's do some lip trills or something. I don't even know, man. Slow it down some and... yeah, I don't know. What do we got? 15 minutes? 15 minutes? We gotta go 2 hours today? Oh, man. This is not gonna be a day in which I'm like watching the clock, counting down the time until we're done with practice, but man, when it's like... it's just rough today, you guys. Which doesn't feel great. But that's okay. We're here putting in the work regardless, which is fun. Almost got sextuplets, excuse me. I don't know. So maybe lip trills might work. Just feels like a bad day. bullshit, man. Can you explain the French horn? What each of the parts do? I can try. So, if you're familiar with brass instruments in general, you got the mouthpiece, right? This is the point at which your lips buzz. You can do mouthpiece work. So you've got tuning slides on the back here. This is your main tuning slide, secondary tuning slide down here. This one, I'm honestly not sure entirely what it does, but I noticed that it catches water. So like you'll see me doing this and I'm pulling out the tuning slides, emptying them. There is a spit valve on my lead pipe. I'll show it to you. It's just right here. And typically what will happen is you do this and blow through. Mine is actually busted. So it doesn't work. So that's why I take the valves or the slides out to empty the water. Let's see. Then there's the buttons, obviously, and what these do, there's a little piece inside the rotors here that right now when the button is not pressed, it means that the air goes through just straight through, right? So when you press the button, then it goes, okay, now all of a sudden I'm going through the first valve. If you do the trigger, then that switches to the B flat side, which is the underside. It's a whole thing. So this is the F side, this bottom is the B flat side. So then the air goes through instead of just to here, well, it goes through the back one here, which is a slightly different. You have an F side, which is the horn in F, right? French horn in F. You have the B flat side, which is the horn in B flat. And that's why this is called a double horn. Typically, you'll see people playing doubles. They make triple horns, which have, I think, a high, like a descant, like a high F as well, which is easier for hitting some higher notes. I don't know exactly how those work, where the other trigger is to access the other side. And then, so apart from that, then you just, you have the bell. And I think those are kind of all the parts. If you're familiar with like piston valves, like a trumpet, or a euphonium, something that goes like up and down, right? Those are going to be different from these. These are rotary valves, meaning that they don't go up and down, they turn this way. You'll see like Baroque trumpets, I think, or classical concert trumpets. They'll be like on their side and have rotary valves as well. So those are kind of cool. But yeah, I think that's basically the different things. Sometimes you'll see people will have like a ring here around the bell, and what that means is that the bell is detachable. So you'll be able to unscrew the bell, and they're two separate, distinct pieces. Typically for storage and transportation, more so than I don't think it does much for the timbre or character of the sound. Yeah, if there's anything else that I didn't explain, definitely let me know, because I think that's all I can think of at the moment as far as parts of the horn. There's accessories. My bag is out in the living room, so I don't have the accessories with me. Mutes, this little thing, you just shove it in there and it mutes the sound. Basically sounds like just a little tinny. So you can experiment with different colors and things like that too. There's a lot you can do. And while we're here, I ordered a piece of music over the weekend, and it is not on the way yet, but it's gonna be here on Thursday. I'm very excited. It is currently scheduled to be here on Thursday. The piece is called Blues and Variations for Monk. I think I talked about it briefly in a previous stream. Tapioca, good morning to you as well, my friend. Excellent to see you. Hope you're doing well. So on Thursday, we'll start working out a bit of a jazzy French horn piece for solo unaccompanied horn. And it's really cool because you get to take advantage of all the different colors that you're afforded on the horn. It takes advantage of the very wide range, as well as some self-percussive and other little fun techniques to make it a little jazzy, a little funky in there. So I'm really excited for all that. JL, what's going on, dude? How are you? Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. Happy Monday, or I guess it could be Tuesday. I forget exactly where all of you all are at, but in any event, I think we still got some lip trills. I don't know why I am doing lip trills on today when today is such a shit day. Today is kind of a shit day. It does not feel like a great day. Probably because we took the weekend a little off. Didn't play as much as I probably should have. Not as motivated. A little sleepy, a little chilly. And today we're kind of paying the price for that. But Soupy, who you challenging? You best not be challenging me. You think you can step up to me? Bring it on, bitch. Good to hear it, JL. I'm happy to hear it. I'm doing well, you know, all things considered. Just a little frustrated with myself for, you know, the quality or lack thereof of play today. But you know what? In times like that, we're gonna put shit away. We're going to play some fun stuff that we can that makes us feel like we're playing well. So let's do a little Kling that we know, maybe a Koprosh, something to settle me down. Makes your sleep go away? What makes my sleep go away? What are we talking about? Why are you making my sleep go? I wish to sleep. I wish to sleep. I'm so confused. And now I don't even understand what the fuck my fingers are doing. I don't know my fingers. I don't know the fingerings for this piece. I didn't have a recital. No, there was a recital at the college that I went to. It was a faculty recital, so it was like they had a flute professor, the guitar professor, trumpet professor / director of bands, and I think it was a visiting collaborative pianist. I don't know if she is on the faculty here. They gave her a special shout out as a collaborative pianist, so I assume she was visiting. But it was great. It was really good. There were 5 pieces. They all went very well, for the most part, and it was fun. It was really good. It was really good. Yeah, okay. On a day like today, that part's not going to go very well, and I don't care about that, but the rest of it was kind of okay. Kind of super okay. Super, super mid okay. It's just so frustrating to like, and maybe it's just in my head. Maybe this is since we kind of took 2 half days. Maybe this is the equivalent of 1 day off, quote unquote, where I notice. You know, because it's always you take 1 day off and you notice. You take 2 days off, your colleagues notice. You take 3 days off, and the audience notices. So maybe this is a light weekend means this is day 1 of coming back. Do you use Red Robinson's Remedies? I don't think I've ever heard of Red Robinson's Remedies. Wow, say that one 5 times fast. Red Robinson's Remedies, Red Robinson's Remedies, Red Robinson's Remedies, Red Robinson's Remedies, Red Robinson's Remedies. Sort of. But no, I don't think I've heard of them. Is it a... Could be anything. I was thinking like a lip balm or like a cold medicine, but maybe that's just because my lips are slightly chapped and I feel a little sniffly because it's cold, so... But that's a me thing. Okay, so let's just scale in thirds. Blah, 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 blah. I don't much care for scale in thirds. This fucking sucks. I hate French horn. It is not good for me today. It's not Red Robinson's. Just Robinson's. Got it. Lip balm for horn players. Oh, interesting. I found a horn repair guy on YouTube and he invented it. You know? Here's what we do with that information: is we pull up a little new window. Go to Robinson's Remedies. Lip repair. Lip renew endurance cream. Interesting. Well, hold on a second. This looks pretty cool. Wax-free recovery stick. Lip quench, lip repair, skin repair. What the fuck? Yo, Jerry, what's going on? Yeah, it's like $12 a tube, though. I don't know about all that. I tell ya. I think for me, for my money, I like the Burt's Bees. The little beeswax lip balms. That tends to do wonders with my soft, luscious, and full lips. Yes, Burt's Bees. I also use Chop Saver a little bit when I was in high school and college. I don't think I like it, though. It seemed a little bit like greasy and all over the place, but yeah, nowadays it's a Burt's Bees thing for me for sure. I am glad to hear that. I'm also doing okay. I'm belly aching a little bit because the horn is not responding the way I feel that it should today, and so that's frustrating for me. But otherwise, objectively can't complain. You know, things are going well. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, goodness. Yo, what is up, Mjor? Good to see a friend. Happy week after the birthday weekend. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Damn groundhogs didn't see a shadow across Canada. All but one think it'll be an early spring. Whatever the fuck that even means. Yeah. Yeah. Groundhog Day is not actually rooted in science, for the record. What hour is it for you? So I am right now it's 11:30 in the morning, 11:25 a.m. I am in Eastern time. Yeah. $12 a tube, but I think you're supposed to use it after big concerts. That makes a lot of sense. I don't play in enough big concerts, I think, right now to make that worth it. But that's good to know. If I recover from this bout of shit playing, and I'm able to play in some big concerts, that'll be definitely be something to look into. Groundhog Day is useless. I hear you, except that it spawned, Bill Murray movie from the '80s, which I haven't seen. So maybe it is useless. Who knows? But I also need to watch Groundhog Day probably. So February the 2nd, huh? That shit's tough. Most things today are a little tough. Yo, Zote! Elliot! What is going on? Sorry, I saw Zote first and that was just like, that's who that is. That is Zote. It's that kind of day for me. It's my brain is about half functional. Great to see you, my friend. Hope the Silk Song is treating you well. Or not, however Silk Song is supposed to treat you. Be brutally difficult to you or whatever. However it goes. Alright, let's see if we can fucking get this. It's not even that difficult. It's like, yes, it's an octave jump, but it's C to C. I just searched up what Groundhog Day is, and I didn't know people from the US were that weird. You never heard of Groundhog Day? Oh my goodness. I thought, is there not a Groundhog Day tradition in, like, at least Western Europe? I feel like us and the Brits are kind of on the same wavelength with that one. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. But yeah, no. People from the US are not to be taken seriously. We got so much weird shit. Weird and being like the nicest stuff that we've got going on right now. Anyways, commentary. Got a lot of weird shit. We got something called a hot brown. I think it's a Kentucky hot brown. Minnesota, they got a hot dish. Minnesota also has a Juicy Lucy, which is a fucking gorgeous burger. It's a burger patty that's basically stuffed with cheese. So good. I don't know about the UK, but not where I live. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. And to be fair, Groundhog Day is like objectively bullshit. It's like it gets scared by its shadow, and that means that the sun is out, so ergo early spring, or if he doesn't, then it's dreary, which means 6 more weeks of winter, but it's like February. Isn't it 6 more weeks of winter regardless? Because it's not until like late March that spring begins, so literally spring is 6 weeks away. Like, what are we doing here? Almost as if the weather can change day to day and is not, a single data point on a single day is not indicative of larger weather trends. If you took a look at one data point this past weekend, it was colder where I was at in Central Florida than it was in Juneau, Alaska. It was colder yesterday morning here in Florida than it was in Alaska. Talk about some bullshit. I was not okay with that. I'm still not, but I wasn't then either. This one is not. This one is not long for this day. Glazbielen. I apologize for my pronunciation. I appreciate that. Thank you. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing so. I have my Ibanez acoustic, which is the only one that I actually play. My Randy Rhoads model offset flying V. Absolutely my dream guitar that I never touch because I hate the Floyd Rose floating bridge on it. So I have a block of wood in there to like fix the bridge, but still I just don't. I'm a strum on an acoustic kind of point in my life, you know. And then there's the bass back there, also a Jackson, and might be my favorite of the three if I'm being honest. But again, I never touch it. So, but yeah, I have committed to chat, and let's take a look, see what we're up to. But once old YouTube hits 250 subs, we're at 239 now. So once we inch up to 250, we'll do some guitar time, but not a moment before. Just a little bit of incentive. I think that would be fun. Okay, you know what? Fuck Kling. Get out of here. Let me do something. Coprosh. Let's do some Coprosh. I need to get my mojo back because I seem to have lost it. The Floyd is a pain. It really is, man. Like, it sucks because I had no idea what it was when I got it, and then I get it and I'm like, I hate this guitar. Even though it's like, it's the one that literally, it's my dream guitar. It's my favorite body style. It's just so sexy. You know, the sound is incredible, iconic for the, you know, the Randy Rhoads from mid 80s Aussie shit. And I just hate playing it. It's a real bummer. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I do have my little Easter egg. I don't know how y'all can see it, but it's good eyes. Good eyes, Jerry. And that could be another little incentive for some kind of a milestone. Maybe we break out some Guitar Hero as well. That would be that could be fun. Provided we don't get in trouble with copyright or whatever. I don't know how that would work, but yeah, yep, it is lurking in the background. I love it. I used to be pretty decent. Like, not that I could play Through the Fire and the Flames, but like I didn't die was probably the best I ever did on like real Guitar Hero, was that I didn't fail one time on Through the Fire and the Flames, which is kind of, I'll live with that. Something like 79 to 80% of the notes, maybe low 80s, 82 might have been my best. But I didn't, there was one time I did it on like free play career mode where they will fail you, right? And I did not fail. That was probably my highest achievement. I know one of the best players in the world. Do you really? Do you really? That's fucking crazy. Well then, you're going to be embarrassed I'm going to be embarrassed if I ever break out the Guitar Hero, because I am not one of the best players in the world. I'm not even one of the best players in my family, in this house. That's not even one of the best songs on the album, you know what I mean? So there's Koprush number 3. Not terrible. I suck though. I suck too. But I did at one point. Okay, so I entered a Guitar Hero 2 tournament back in the day. And it was bullshit because I came in second. I should have won. It's a long story for another day. But the thing that was bullshit was the prizes for first and second place were the exact same. It was a $10 gift card to the Toys R Us where we were playing, where the tournament was being held. So it was like, I was pissed off because I should have won and I was kind of like robbed from the, but that's like I say. But like there was no harm, no foul because I still got $10 off of whatever. I don't even remember what I bought with it. Do you know how to play the Force theme from Star Wars? Kill to hear that if you can. John Wagner, good to see you. I don't think I know it off the top of my head, but it's like the Force theme. I'm thinking the Imperial March. We just did Binary Suns the like not 2 days ago, last week sometime. Force theme. I don't think I know it off the top of my head, but we might be able to find something. Let me see if I can at least get the tune in my ear. Star Wars Force theme. This looks like it's the same structure as the Binary Sun as that we tried to play the other time. We did oh wait, this is just May the Force be with you. The Force theme? The Force theme. Is that right? Dun, 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 dun. An octave up. Are you joking? Okay, not that one. So something like that. There's an amazing cover by Joey Tolan that has 16 horns. Holy cow! Star Wars Joey Tolan. Star Wars The Force Suite theme. Joey Tolan. Yo, Pills, what's going on? Good to see you, friend. I'm not sure if I French horn. Ah, there it is. The Force theme for 16 French horns. Love that. Appreciate it. Scratching my brain the best kind of way. Good to hear. I'm glad to hear it. What keyboard model do I have? That's a great question. It's a Rotay, Rottay. I don't know. I got it as a gift in like 2017-ish, 2018-ish. It's mechanical. It's worked for me for, Jesus, almost a decade now. It's really good. I recommend it. I think it's got, programmable stuff like LED patterns of whatever. I just like that it lights up and it types well. The mechanical keys feel really good, satisfying to press, and it's never like never really crapped out on me or anything. It still works, and I've had to do nothing to it, so it's a great one. And then I got the little gaming mouse that has matches with the RGBs. It's a whole thing. If you're a gamer, you got to have bright flashing lights. It's I don't make the rules. Don't hate the player, hate the game. You know what I mean? Almost 10 years, dude. Seriously, it probably was closer to 2018, but even like the better part of 10 years at this point. I built this PC, I remember, in 2017. This computer currently is 9 years old. Like a legit 9 years old too. And it's showing its age. This is what I'll say. It sucks because I would love to be able to upgrade or, replace some components, but now's not really the time to be getting into that sort of thing. You know what I mean? I feel like. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I just bought an RK R65 tri-mode green model, and I have the lights set to white, and it looks clean as hell, dude. That sounds fucking awesome. That sounds real cool. I bet you it does. So it's the like the keyboard itself is green and the lights are white against a green keyboard. That sounds really cool. That sounds fucking awesome, dude. Hell yeah. So I actually, right now I might be able to put a PC together. But when I put it together, I was doing just like Google or YouTube tutorials, YouTube University. And it's funny, the first GPU that I got actually was incompatible with my build for some reason. It was an AMD something that just completely shat the bed whenever I tried to play any sort of anything. So I had to get a 1070 or 1080 Ti, I think, in 2017. I paid like $250 for it, and I was pissed. Pretty sure now that same thing would be like I don't know, $1,500 for a GPU. Probably not quite that hard, but or that much, but you know what? Let's do Coprosh number 7. I do not remember Coprosh number 7 at all, so let's fucking do it. Oh, not green, but kinda. Okay, I gotcha. But like the concept, it's a color of the green, but then the light's white, like just illuminating the cleanness of the gray green. Okay, with some of the keys are terracotta and salmon, and other keys are white. Ooh, that's so interesting. I like that. I like that color combination. Like that sort of like a burnt orange, almost pinkish, but like burnt orange / red. That's really cool. And the like, so green is my favorite color. Like a dark forest green, almost like the USF green back here. This is a very nice green to me. So I'm all about that. I'm all about that. If it lets me send links, I'll send it so you can check it out. Cool. Yeah, I don't know if links, they'll probably get auto flagged. Yeah, not sure, but I'll definitely take a look. And because you said it's the model numbers here in chat, so I can actually pull it up. Probably it's an RK R65 tri-mode green. Oh yeah, I've seen these things before. That's real. Oh, cool. Yeah. That is clean as hell. That is clean as hell, my friend. That looks really fucking cool. For anyone wondering, so these and I assume something close to like this sort of color scheme. One of these maybe. That looks fucking dope, dude. Ahoy 9321. Good to see you, my friend. Do you ever play around with the guitars in back of the stream? It's funny to see you playing a French horn with the axes in the back that look right from Cannibal Corpse. I don't know about all that. Do they play Jacksons or do they play like custom made BC Rich like who makes the dime bag there? I don't know. Crazy shit. I don't know. But so currently I don't. What I have said and I commit to is that once on YouTube we hit 250 subs as an event sort of celebration, then we'll bring the we'll play a little bit of guitar on stream. I played for the first time in like over a year the other day to prepare because my fingertips are not ready, and boy howdy, it sounded like shit. So I'm gonna get into practice a little bit. Hopefully in the next week or two. We'll be able to do that. But that's the incentive. 250 subs on YouTube, and boom, we will play some guitar. And it's not going to be like an immediate 250. Now we're going to do. It'll be planned out. I'll let y'all know. And we've got the Dean. That's right. Dean does the Dimebag Arrow stuff. I remember when I was perusing through guitar magazines when I was a kid, I loved the Dimebag Darrell, the Zakk Wylde, the the signature style guitars, the Randy Rhoads model, the Sam Topman Iceman guitar, which Iceman, I think it's just funky body shapes that are my thing. Because like the Randy Rhoads offset flying V, the Ibanez Iceman with the sort of like arm sticking out the bottom, the is it the Stevie Ray Vaughan that has like the monkey grip, the handle in the body? Like those are so cool. I love those. They speak to me, Not to play, obviously, but just to, hang out in the back of my in the back of my stream when I practice French horn. So that's it. That is it's B flat and A natural that are the really really tricky. Like a C, we can kind of do a C just like however we want to. The B natural kind of sounds just like the same C, or the same feel as the C. B flat, no sir. At B flat, we've got to really focus on cushioning, tightening the corners, providing big support. What's happening? All my favorite guitarists use Jackson. I'm so biased. I feel you, dude. I have always had a soft spot for Jacksons, and since owning them, like they play really well. But for the Floyd Rose, which I just personally don't like, but like they're great instruments. I have no problems with them. I am very biased in favor of Jacksons. Do you think you accomplished or will accomplish your childhood dreams? And if the answer is yes, what were they? So I would say it depends. Some yes, some definitely. Others no. And it depends on what stage of childhood dream, because I've always wanted to play in a professional orchestra. That is something that I have not yet achieved, but maybe in the future. I've always wanted to have to own my own house. That is a dream that I achieved. I own the space that I live, and have like a yard and a dog. He's sleeping on the other side of the bed, so you can't see him. I've got a yard with chickens and a garden and all this kind of stuff. So that is definitely a dream. I'd say has been checked off. And other personal stuff that are in various stages of checking off. But I would say I because I'm 34, right? And if I don't know. So the answer is I have not achieved everything. which is good because that we're still working on stuff. But those, I think the biggest thing for me right now is um, the desire to play in a professional orchestra or with any orchestra. Really, I've never played with an orchestra, only in wind bands and chamber ensembles, brass quintets, things like that. I would love to play with a real orchestra. To get paid for it would be fucking awesome, but that's a whole other thing. I just got my first Schecter literally 2 days ago. Been looking into 7 strings for a long time, so I picked up one of the Diamond. Ooh, that's fucking awesome, dude! Congratulations. I've really liked. I know Schecters from, dang, the Reverend. Doesn't he have a signature Schecter? Am I remembering right from Avenged Sevenfold? I feel like I remember looking at. He kind of has like a pinstripe almost design on his signature guitar. I thought that one was really cool. I've never played a 7-string, honestly, but those are like really. I love the sound of a good 7-string. I tell you what, they really the chuggy. If you're into the chuggin', that's some good shit. Cheaper eggs. They're cheaper eggs, but also like kind of not when you take into account the cost to build the coop, the cost to maintain the the feed and the wood chips for their bedding and all that kind of stuff for their stuff. I don't think it actually ends up being cheaper, but what it does end up being is we get legitimate cruelty free range pure organic eggs out of the backyard, and for that I don't mind paying a little bit extra, which I think it does come out to being a little bit at least now when they're only just under a year old, so they haven't really a year's worth of egg production. Don't get me wrong, there's have been hundreds, if not maybe like 1,000 eggs, but they've only been producing for half the year. But yeah, they're delicious eggs. They're very nutritious because I know exactly what they're eating. I know exactly the conditions that they're in. If you ever want to ruin meat consumption, egg production for yourself, just look at the conditions, at least in the US. The US I can speak to, the rest of the world not so much, but like those poor birds, they're literally tortured for their entire life, and it's so sad. So I like to treat my hens decently well. I think give them a lot of space to roam around. I feed them, give them treats, sunflower seeds and kitchen vegetable scraps, and they're really cool. They reward me with so many delicious. Like I probably have 3 dozen eggs in my house right now that I currently don't know what to do with. I have so many eggs. I don't eat 4 or 5 a day, and that's what they're giving me. Somewhere between, on average, 3 to 5 a day. We've got 6. We have 6 of them, and most of them are laying most days. So, yeah. Yo, it is a Schecter. Hell yeah. I know. I remember a thing or two from when I was like 15 years old and looking at guitar magazines. Oh, that's funny. Can you say it's cruelty free when you make them listen to horn practice? Okay, first off, rude. Second off, you're listening to horn practice, although I'm not practicing at the moment because I'm frustrated with myself, but that's neither here nor there. And second off, their coop is back there, but they cannot hear me, so yes, I can say it is cruelty free. I got my eyes on you. Mm-hmm. So what's your excuse then? Huh? Why are you listening to French horn practice? Yeah. What? Oh, what? Like you're doing right now? Electrical inference or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, let's play some Strauss. See how bad it is today. Which is the wrong mindset to have. I know this is the wrong mindset to have. But given the rest of the playing today, it is not I'll fix my mindset tomorrow. I'm going to read through Freudis's book on mindset. Where is that at? Intonation. Definitely not that one. Thoughts on being your own teacher. Yes. Choice of words. This is the part that I need to read. What does the upkeep usually cost for chickens? They can nibble on like old veggies and stuff, so I'd imagine they're not super expensive. Yes, that's correct. So the big cost of them was the cost of them themselves. I think for 6 of them it was like $50, so not that much. But it was that, and then I spent probably $400 to $500 in terms of to build the coop, between wire, salvaged materials as much as I could, pallets. We used pallet wood, which is free, because we just jacked those from behind stores, mostly with permission from the stores in question, and some cement so that we anchored like the corners in, and all that. So it was probably like $450, I would say, all in. And then upkeep, it's just, a big bag of feed is like $23 to $25. And then, we throw out old carrots and broccoli and, banana peels and sweet potatoes. I have a sweet potato bed. And this is the good thing about it too, is that I have a raised bed that's right next to their run, that as soon as the weather gets nice, it grows. It's full of sweet potatoes. And if you know how sweet potatoes grow, they basically take over everything and then spill over, which is the intent, so that they'll spill over into the chicken area, and they'll have basically fresh sweet potato greens all year round. And then for any tubers that they scratch and dig up, those are fair game for them too. They love sweet potatoes and all just as well. Technically, you can feed them their own eggs too. Once, like, you got to cook them up and make sure that they don't look like eggs, because if they ever figure out, this is the funny thing about chickens, if they ever figure out that their eggs are food, you will then no longer get any of their eggs, because they will then eat their eggs and not leave them for you. So you have to make sure that you never let them eat their own eggs, or know that their eggs are delicious. So if you can scramble up eggs, put the shells in a food processor, and that's actually really good for them as a source of calcium and protein and good fats and stuff. But I'm just messing with you, Nine. I like the joke, and I would have made the same joke. If I had thought of it, but I didn't. We're all having fun here. All right, let's do some Strauss. But yeah, so I think a bag of feed lasts something like a month to a month and a half. It depends on how much other stuff they can forage. But about a month to a month and a half, like $25 a month for feed, for all the eggs you can eat in a month, essentially. It's not a bad deal. It's really not. And again, there's the peace of mind knowing that, I know where the eggs have come from. I know how the hens are treated. I know that, what the hens are being fed and not fed, big thing. Don't want to, pump them full of antibiotics or steroids to, pump out some eggs, or maybe that's just for broilers and meat birds. But in any event, and granted, I understand this is coming from a place of privilege. I own my space, and I am afforded the luxury of being able to do that sort of thing. But yeah. Anyways, that's a lot of ranting, and we probably haven't played for like 20 minutes. So let's play some stuff. This is for y'all. Strauss 1. Hopefully it doesn't suck. Let's get the water first. Okay, but I just heard water, though. So there has to be water present somewhere. It can't just not be anywhere. Maybe it's just not anywhere. I don't know. Anyways. Let's do some Strauss, man. Bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba ba-dum. There's water in the goddamn horn. Okay. I know there is. You cannot fool me, chat. You have placed water inside my horn to make me pop. Pop, pop. Alright. Bum, 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 dum, dum. One second, chat. My apologies. My robot vacuum has started. We're going to pause. It always starts at about 12 o'clock. It's about 12:15 now. And I just heard what I think is something knocking over. So 1 second to make sure that my house isn't presently on fire or something. Oh goodness, it was just being very stupid. Turns out it had knocked over my broom and was trying to climb up the dustpan and had gotten stuck. One of those days, man, I swear. I'm losing my mind today. You are witnessing a man go insane in real time in live 1080p something. Okay, let's actually play this shit again. I don't know where the fucking water is. And now there's not like any water. Like there was a little bit, but I was popping like fucking crazy. This is stupid. This is a stupid day for Horn, you guys. I'm sorry that I am being so negative and pessimistic. That's on me. That is my cross to bear. But like, damn, this is stupid. Is just being jealous? That's I guess. It also, I don't know if the mic picked it up, but it actually like has now stopped on something and spent a good 30 seconds beeping and yelling at me from across the house. So whatever, I'll deal with it after practice. What are we at? 132. 132. There is water in the valves. Somewhere, somehow, water exists. Okay, there's some. I swear to God, there is more somewhere in these valves. You are not telling me the whole truth. I refuse to believe that. Oh, goodness. Okay. Excuse me. is the water? Like, dude, it's nowhere. But it's popping. Why is there so much water? There's some. Like a little bit. Not even like anything worth... Not even anything worth fucking worrying about. Maybe it's got to come back this way. Because sometimes it does need to come back this way. And it needs to come out the lead pipe instead of the fucking... I don't know. Okay. And now there's water to empty. Why the fuck is there now water to empty? We've played like 8 bars. Am I just spitting? Not like even in a good way. I don't feel like I'm spitting. Like my lips are dry, if anything. Okay. You know what? Then that's what we say is fuck you, Strauss. Get out of here. I don't care to play you today. What's something good and fun that we can play today? That's not, maybe not something that's going to piss me off. I know what we're doing. Mozart 1. Mozart 1 and second movement. Here we go. Just so sloppy, man. I don't know why it's just such a sloppy sound today. The partials are not really locking in. The notes are not sounding the way that they should. It's like, it's not tender and delicate. It's not dolce in the slightest. In fact, it's pretty, my Italian is bad. Dolce being sweet, tender legato. Fieramente, or just like bad. The Strauss piece, yes, it is Strauss's first horn concerto in E flat, by Richard Strauss. So there's 2 Strausses that write very good horn stuff. Richard Strauss being the younger, his father was Franz Strauss, who wrote such pieces as Nocturno and his own concerto as well. But yeah, Richard Strauss Concerto Number 1, First Movement was what we were playing. And this one is Mozart's first horn concerto in D major, second movement. It just kind of sounds bad. Maybe it's just me being my own worst critic, the own worst enemy of success, of progress, you know? It's not out of character. Oh, excuse me. Jesus Christ. Sounded okay to me? Well, I appreciate that. It probably is just, a sense of I am more harsh on myself than basically anyone else in the world would be, but for a panel or a jury or something, or my teacher. And two, probably harder on myself than is objectively true. And three, harder on myself than I even should be. And I know all of this. There is the old saying, when you know better, you do better. And to an extent, in many cases, that is very true. In some cases, even if you know better, it's still fucking hard to do better. You know what I mean? I'm curious what burping through a horn sounds like. It's not pretty, but it's not. It's. Let me see if I can. I can get a small one on command, but let's see. Yeah, it's a little small. It's I don't even fucking know. And this is why I don't do, why I don't like doing Mozart's very much, is because of these fucking trills. Like, it's a trill that you're supposed to be doing with your mouth on an F sharp at the bottom of the staff. Fuck that. Well, look who we got here. Look who we got here. Welcome to the show, Mr. Sleepy Man. Oh my goodness. I'd say that's worthy of a break from this accursed Mozart. Oh my goodness, what a stretch. What a big stretchy man. Come here! Oh goodness. We welcome to the stream, Paxton, everybody. Look at this man. Don't lick mine. Don't lick me. I love your kisses, but I don't like them in and around my face. I don't. I really do. You're crazy. You're killing me, Smalls. Mwah. Look at this man. He's been so sleepy. It's a chilly, cuddly, snuggly morning. This man just wants nothing more than to curl up and snuggle and take a nap under a blanket on my lap. Oh my goodness. What a good boy he is. He can't play horn for shit, though. I'm sorry, I don't mean to put you on blast like that, buddy, but it's true. Yeah. No, he's such a good boy. All right, buddy, you wanna? We got 11 minutes. If you give me 11 minutes more to play, I got some practice time. He's like, but Daddy, I want to take a nap right now. And I say to him, my son, you have been taking a nap for the last hour and 50. Take a nap for another 10 minutes, and then I will be there with you. Mwah. All right, buds. Here we go. Oh, goodness. Hang on. There we go. Big jump. Good boy. All right, bud. You want to come back up on the bed? Let me get these. Big jump. Big jump. You can do it. Stretchy, man. He needs a 1 second to get to muster up enough courage and energy. All right, big man. You also don't play guitar. You don't. Your nails are too long. Come up here. Big jump. There he goes. Good boy. Good boy. You want to go lay down? Go lay down. Take a nice little nappy nap. Okay. We'll get there. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go. Good boy, buddy. We'll go outside in just a couple minutes, okay? We might have to call practice here in a little bit, because once he starts getting like that, it usually means he needs to go out. He is turning 13 in March. He is 12 and like 11 months. He's my little old man. I've had him since Jesus, I got him in 2013. Holy cow. Yep. He's a senior citizen, but he's about as spry of an old man as you'd ever see. Like, he's still, when he gets his energy up, he'll be zooming around the house as if he was, 10 years younger. He's a sweet old man. Fuck you, Mozart. Rotten hell. Yeah. Okay. So. Mozart's done. I think 7-6. 6 minutes left of practice. I would say let's go ahead and warm down. I'm not as bad as I've been playing, as I feel like I've been playing today. I would like to warm down and get to tomorrow. Get some lunch. It's funny, I need to go and get some chicken feed. Because I have run out, and their feeder is going to run out soon if I don't get them some more. So I do need to make a trip into town for some chicken feed, get some lunch, do some work around the house, listen to the 16-horn arrangement for Star Wars. Definitely got to remember to do that. But yeah, for the moment, let's just warm down. Chromatics and arpeggios. Maybe just chromatics. I don't even know if I want to do arpeggios right now. Okay. Yep. That's about right for today. I don't know if it's just because it's a Monday. I don't know if it's just because because it's cold, because I slept. I thought I slept well last night. I don't know what the reasoning is, but today practice is done, and you know what? That's what we're gonna do. We didn't meet practice time, and that's okay. Some days, on some days, up to this point, we've had, was today, day 80, probably like 79 days of, practices where we've roughly met our goals, played well, called it a good day of practice. I don't know if I would say the same for today. Hence why we don't quite meet practice time. We don't might quite meet practice goals, objectives in terms of focus, motivation, progress, quality. Yeah. That's okay. Not every day can be, the best day of practice. But from a playing perspective, every day can be a great day of practice in terms of you lovely people in chat. So thank you so much for hanging out with me and making this otherwise god-awful day of practice actually tolerable. If this, and I mean this sincerely, if it was just me playing today, I would have probably made 15 minutes. I would not have gone an hour 58. So thank you to all of you in chat. Y'all are keeping me accountable and making sure, helping me to find motivation and discipline when I don't have it myself. Sincerely, I cannot thank you guys enough for being here, for keeping a fire lit under my ass, and for kicking my ass whenever needed. That's true. We have gone overtime plenty of times in the past, but I don't like to keep up like a bank of time in arrears. You know, I would like for each day to kind of stand on its own, but that is true. That is true. And I am going to now have lunch, go and get feed for my chickens. I'm going to read. I need this today. I'm going to tell you. This is. Yes. And this. For me, I need this. Choice of words. This is what I'm saying to myself. These are what I need to be more consistent about saying to myself. So this will be my recovery from practice today with some lunch. And anyways, I'm stalling now, and I don't know why. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I say that every day, and I mean it every single day, sincerely. I hope y'all have a great rest of your Monday, Tuesday, whatever it is, wherever you are. And I'll see you next time for practice. Hopefully it'll be a better day. No promises, but anyways, see y'all later. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye.